you're my queen from Boston. Survive, I'm your king from Boston. Survive, you're the queen.
Easier when you swing at 2 straight pitches out of the zone.
Now the ball hits sharply toward third.
Yo, what's going down, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston here, aka the King of Boston, and today we have episode 7 of my Manny being Manny Road to the Show, featuring Manny Ramirez. Now today, this is the second to last episode of the regular season for Manny's rookie year, 2012, in the majors, and we're gonna start it off with a series against the Seattle Mariners in Seattle, where we get an RBI double for our first at bat of the episode. Pretty nice play there. So Manny's starting to do well, starting to kind of adjust to major league pitching and get his timing right, get his swing down. Now I have a quick thing I want to talk to you guys about just for one moment, and then I'm going to actually take this video to talk about the trade deadline, my thoughts. The first thing I want to talk about is, and I'll probably actually touch on this a bit more later, but I was thinking, I was wondering if you guys wanted to see any NBA 2K12. It might come at the expense of another series. We'll see. We'll see when we get there, if we get there. But I just want to know if you guys wanted to see any NBA 2K12, even if it's just a bit once, you know, like once or twice every couple of weeks or something. Maybe an online ranked match or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. But let me know if you guys want to see 2K12, because I did 2K12 a little bit a while ago, and that video still gets comments and views. So I don't know. I have a feeling that maybe you guys want to see some NBA 2K12. But now I'm going to quickly talk about the trade deadline, my thoughts. I'll start out with the Red Sox. They acquired Craig Breslow for Matt Albers and Scott Podsednik. I like Scott Podsednik. He's one of my favorite players, but he did not fit in with the Red Sox. He didn't really have a spot on the roster with everyone starting to get healthy, at least in the outfield. So that's fine with me. Breslow's probably a bit better than Albers. Gives them another lefty in the bullpen. Means they can move Morales to the rotation if they want to, especially now with Beckett's back injury. We'll see how extreme that is, severe that is. Yeah, so I think it gives them a lot more depth and a lot more options with their pitching, because now they'll have Andrew Miller and Craig Breslow in the bullpen as lefties if they do decide to move Morales to the rotation, either to give Dubron a rest or replace Cook, or, you know, take over for the injured Beckett. You know, they have a lot of options now, which is nice. And then they also traded prospect Lars Anderson for Double-A knuckleballer from the Indians. I believe his name is Steve Wright or something like that. I don't know. Mr. Robot 45 Doc can tell you all about him. He's talking about him being the next Tim Wakefield and stuff. I don't know. We'll see. I think knuckleballers are cool, so I liked Lars Anderson, but, you know, he's another guy who didn't really fit in with the Red Sox. He's a first baseman / corner outfielder, and, you know, pretty set at those positions for, you know, the next 4, 5, 6 years down the road. So, except for right field, but we got young guys who can come in and play right field if we don't, you know, if Ross isn't the long-term plan. But whatever. Now some of the bigger trades was the Ryan Dempster to Texas trade. That's a goddamn steal for Texas, even if it's just a 2-month rental. They basically they didn't give up Jerickson Profar or Mike Gold, who's their 2 top prospects. Mike Gold actually just got called up tonight, or last night, I should say, because it is technically 3 in the morning. So, anyway, Mike Gold got called up. He's a big corner infielder prospect, probably the first baseman of the future, unless Beltre retires early or leaves early or something. He's probably the first baseman of the future, taking over from Mitch Moreland. But we'll see when, you know, we'll see what the Rangers do with him. So the Rangers got Ryan Dempster for basically like nobody. Interesting move I saw was the Pirates getting 2 you know, kind of washed up prospects in Gabby Sanchez and Travis Snyder. Both those guys came up, and when they did come up, they were seen as top prospects, guys who could be the future. You know, not Mike Trout, Bryce Harper status, but, you know, I'd say like Trevor Bauer, Matt Harvey status to compare them to guys who have come up this year. So, and maybe Will Middlebrooks. Well, I think a little bit more hype than Will Middlebrooks. I was always high on Middlebrooks since I learned about him, but anyway, so I'd say kind of that status, and they kind of struggled. They've been sit down, both of them, and now they're both on the Pirates. Hopefully they can find a home there. I like both those guys. I think they have a lot of upside, and maybe they'll find something in Pittsburgh. Here, I'm just gonna talk about the gameplay for 2 seconds. See a quick tidbit. I got hit there by Sabathia, so my next at bat, Grant Balfour is the pitcher, and I say, hit that, baby. Thought that was pretty funny. I was in the live stream. I was like, "Oh, you do not want to hit Manny, because then Manny do that." But anyway, So back to the trades. There weren't a lot of other major deals. The Cincinnati Reds acquired Jonathan Broxton for the from the Kansas City Royals. Pretty good deal. It sets up their back end of their bullpen. It also gives them flexibility if they want to move Chapman to the rotation later this year, which was their original plan. However, with his success as a closer, they might decide to keep him there, at least for now. But their original plan was to start him out in the bullpen and then move him to the starting rotation at some point. He wasn't even supposed to be the closer at the start of the year, but he ended up being it. So, now that's pretty much it for the big trades on the trade on July 31st. As for trades that happened before then, Zach Greinke to the Angels, I believe, makes the Angels my World Series favorites, just because your four-man rotation is Jared Weaver, Dan Herron, C.J. Wilson, and Zach Greinke, who are one time. I mean, we'll see. Greinke had his first start on Sunday, I believe, or something. He was pretty good. So you got 4 big-time starters there. You don't have to pitch anyone 3 days rest when come playoff time, so that's nice, because you only need a 4-man rotation for the playoffs. So I think that makes them World Series favorites with Trumbo, Trout. Poole's playing very well. Morales is starting to heat up. Hit 2 home runs the other day, so the Angels are my World Series favorites. I'm actually going to an Angels game later this year when I go to LA, but that is for another video. Anyway, you see here I get robbed by Ichiro, who, as you saw in my one of my previous episodes, I think in my last episode, ended up back on the Yankees, just like in real life. But as for other major trades, I forgot to mention the Shane Victorino and Hunter Pence deals. I think it's a good deal for both teams for the Hunter Pence deal. We'll see if Pence can kind of rejuvenate himself, because he's really struggling so far this year. But the Phillies get a really nice catching prospect in Tommy Joseph, who the Giants obviously didn't need because of Buster Posey, but look at that nice catch by Manny. The Phillies have their catcher of the future and power-hitting young prospect Tommy Joseph, so it's a good deal for both teams. Shane Victorino, I don't know exactly who the Dodgers gave up, but Victorino actually, if you guys remember back in the 08 and 09 NLCSs, when the Dodgers and Phillies played each other back-to-back years, it didn't look like Victorino was, buddy-buddy with everyone on the Dodgers, so we'll see how that turns out. I think Victorino's a good player, so, maybe he'll do something, but, now the Hanley Ramirez deal, basically the only thing with that is that the Dodgers eat the rest of the $31.5 million on his contract, and give up the only guy who's anywhat noticeable is Nathan Eovaldi, I think. And I think he's going to be all right. He could make it in the league as a third or fourth starter. So I like Eovaldi. Hanley was struggling. His contract was so big that I don't think the Marlins are going to get much else for that. But it seems like he's adjusted so far very well in LA. So that's pretty much for all the big deals that I can remember of. If you want to go back to the Kevin Youkilis trade, I'm just glad they got him off his roster, because I was not too happy with Youkilis, and I just was really wishing they would play Middlebrooks more, which they are now. So I'm sure I'm forgetting some. Liriano to the White Sox. I don't know what that'll do for them. Any others? Can't think of any off the top of my head. I'm sure I'm missing some. You guys can list them in the comments, and I'll reply with my opinions on them. But yeah, so after this home run, the episode is coming close to an end, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what your opinions are on some of the trades that were made. Who do you think were the best buyers? Who do you think did the best? Who do you think did the worst? I think the Cubs, honestly. Oh, I should touch on the Braves. Paul Maholm could be the next Doug Fister, because Paul Maholm really heated up his last couple starts. And Reed Johnson's a solid player. I like him. I think the Braves got a good deal for him. They didn't give up any of their big prospects, which is nice for the Braves. So I like the Maholm and Reed Johnson deal. But let me know who you think were the biggest buyers, or the biggest winners, and the biggest losers. My winners are the Giants, Giants, Dodgers, and Braves. My losers are the Cubs, just because they didn't get rid of Garza. They didn't get anything for Dempster. And maybe the Rays, because it seems like they're in that in-between status. I don't know. But this video is going to wrap up soon. The advancement period is coming to a close. You're going to see my stats at the end of the advancement period, and then the video is pretty much over. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos like these, and thumbs up the video if you enjoyed. So thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'm out.
At the wall and gone. Manny gets his first home run of the episode. His first home run in the Red Sox-Yankees rivalry, which is pretty good. This was his first series in the Red Sox-Yankees rivalry. This is actually a game that's happened yesterday.